49ers locker room reaction here from Levi's after that 40-34 loss to the Detroit Lions. Lead story, Brock Purdy. Elbow injury is going to undergo an MRI Tuesday. Remember, he had that elbow surgically repaired, the UCL surgically repaired after the 2022 season to come back and be an MVP finalist in 2023. Purdy said the elbow was on fire today. That's a quote from Brock Purdy, but UCL tests came back fine. So that's a sigh of relief, but we don't fully know what's going on yet with Brock Purdy's elbow. Kyle Shanahan said he thought it was a nerve thing. So I'll keep you updated on that tomorrow. 49ers on a short week. They play Arizona. Purdy threw for 377 today, but those 2 interceptions, I talked about it in the postgame show. 49ers were balanced in the first half, historically good first half. I mean, they just lit it up against this beleaguered Detroit defense, but they lost that balance down the stretch. And it really was shocking to me that they passed so many straight times. Sometimes the game gets away from you, and maybe the 49ers' success in the pass game led to them exposing themselves to more passes, but that obviously led to them exposing themselves to some bad stuff down the stretch. Still, I thought the first half was Kyle Shanahan's best effort of the season. I think that he hadn't been great this year, play calling wise. The 49ers are going to have to reinvent themselves. They are going to have to lick their wounds over the course of this offseason, run better laterally. I thought they did that the first half. Some nice lateral play design for the 49ers. In the run game, helped them establish the pass game off of that. They're all connected, right? And they overcame the fact they were on their 4th string offensive tackle and they had all these O-line injuries. And that was all really impressive for the 49ers over the first half, but they've got to finish. And finishing has been the issue all season for the 49ers in all phases of the game. And it was again the issue here at Levi Stadium today. And I've already outlined the reasons why I think it was a problem today. The balance is what protects your quarterback when the offensive line is as beaten up as it was for the 49ers. And when the defense for Detroit, they were scrappy. They were desperate with all those injuries, so they were throwing the kitchen sink at the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers were doing the same thing in Detroit's direction. I don't think they had nearly effective enough blitzes. I can't remember a single time where Jared Goff looked uncomfortable in today's game. That's just not going to fly. So the 49ers need to rehaul the personnel defensively. They need to get guys back. Dre Greenlaw was such a big part of this defense, and they barely had him this year, and that led to run defense struggles, and those are connected to pass defense struggles. The linebacker level is so important on this team. But I think schematically, they've got to take a long, hard look in the mirror on both sides of the ball. But defensively, either Nick Sorensen needs to make a big second-year jump for the 49ers. They got to get another mind in there to help Nick Sorensen. We'll see what Shanahan's strategy is for next season, but a lot of the problems this year were laid bare today against an elite Detroit offense. Anytime you give up 40 as a defense, that is not good in the National Football League. And then I'll tack on the Jake Moody interview from the locker room onto this. I'll tack on some of the... Ricky Pearsall was awesome today for the 49ers. They got a dude in Ricky Pearsall, second leading receiver of the week behind only Malik Neighbors, 141 yards. Kittle, 112 yards. He's over 1,000 for the 4th time in his career. Jennings, 7 for 67. I mean, big offensive numbers for the 49ers across the board. When you score 34, the offense really isn't the issue. I think they were over 10 yards a play in this game as well. So good signs for the offense. Obviously not a good game for the defense. What we knew was going to be a blowout. It wasn't a blowout. We knew it was going to be a shootout. I think that was really clear coming into this game. 2 beleaguered defenses. I think it was a shootout of a higher proportion than we expected, but still, it doesn't eliminate the fact that the 49ers have some ground to make up defensively over the course of this offseason. And I do think that the fact that their offense is turning up here toward the end of the season with the performance they gave today, we'll see what they do in Arizona next week. That's a solid sign, but they do have to make sure that Brock Purdy is healthy because he's the future of this team. So we saw on so many good throws for the 49ers today. Build the system around your quarterback, build balance around your QB, and he will deliver. And we've seen plenty of that from Brock Purdy over the years now, and we saw a lot of it again today. Then the 49ers, of course, in the second half just did not follow that formula that they like to follow. Here are the interviews from the locker room. That's your 49ers locker room update. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, definitely probably one of the lowest times in my career. Dating back to when I first started football. So confidence, you just got to keep it high. You have no other choice as a kicker. You just got to keep staying confident in yourself. And otherwise, you got nothing. So you got to stay stay confident and just keep going from here.
You know, we've seen you come back from some adversity earlier in the season, kick some game winners, et cetera. You know, is it just, next day, next play, or, how do you just kind of, mentally overcome that?
Yep, it's just next kick mentality. Regardless of what happened prior, make it or miss it. Game winner, game losing kick, and you just got to move on to the next kick because that's the only one that matters.
We saw George Kittle kind of consoling you after, I think it was the first missed kick. You care to share what he was telling you, or kind of what the players have been doing?
Yeah, he patted me on the back, said, you believe in yourself? I said yes. He said, well, I believe in you then. Like, we know you work hard. Like, we trust you. Like, keep going. Like, you got this. Just, words of encouragement.
What did you make of Kyle Shanahan's comments earlier this week, kind of giving you a vote of confidence?
Yeah, that's awesome. Coming from the head coach, obviously got to do a lot better than what I showed. But I think hearing that from him, it definitely helps knowing that your coach has your back and he trusts you to send you out there for kicks. And, so I really appreciate him saying that.
Did you feel like you hit all the kicks okay? Did you have any issues with any of them in particular, snap-wise or placement?
Nope. Felt like I hit the two longer ones pretty well, actually. Just didn't go in.
And the extra point?
It wasn't my best kick. Just pushed it.
All right. Really appreciative of all the veterans in this locker room for sure.
Did you know going into this game that you'd need this much a part of the game plan at a time?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just train myself to have that mindset each and every week, even though maybe the game plan doesn't seem that way. I just train my mind each and every week to the ball's gonna come to me no matter what, so try to run your route like it is. So that's how I do it.
What is it like to watch Jawan block a dude 30 yards away from where the play is and just drill him?
Yeah, at this point, it's normal for me watching him do that like each and every play. He's a dog. He's got that competitive spirit, and that's him on a daily in practice. So, like I said earlier, that's no surprise for him too. So.
Appreciate it.
You guys good?
That's just been a problem and shit.
A teammate like Jake is struggling. How do you just pick him up and boost his confidence back to where it needs to be?
Man, this game ain't on Jake by any means, He did miss a couple clutch field goals, but we gave up 40 points on defense, so Jake keep his head up, man, and he'll be better next week. Yeah.
Guys, you can get Jawan real quick.
That's just been a problem and shit.
A teammate like Jake is struggling. How do you just pick him up and boost his confidence back to where it needs to be?
Man, this game ain't on Jake by any means, He did miss a couple clutch field goals, but we gave up 40 points on defense, so Jake keep his head up, man, and he'll be better next week. Yeah.
Guys, you can get Jawan real quick.